As always, I have my very best friend, furry sidekick next to me. We're about to jump on a trouble spot on the Honda Pilot. Up on the front corner, there is some heavy damage from something getting against it. And we're not going to color, we're not going to wet sand today. We'll just grab some polishers off the wall, and we'll see what works and what type of improvement we can get. Some of this stuff is topical, some of it's very deep, some of it's through. So again, we're just going to be looking for improvement. Another situation where you won't be able to avoid the body shop if you want it perfect. Let's dig into it. What do you say? Let me get you guys in closer so you can see the damage itself. Something really got up against it. Something coarse on the corner of the bumper. Maybe they brushed up against the wall. And I really don't know how deep these are. Some of them are through the clear into the color coat. Some are topical, some are deep. There is transfer there. So the very first thing we're going to have to do, that transfer there, is wipe it off with a mineral deposit or maybe a paint thinner and just clean off the area first. Remove any old waxes or sealants or protectants. I just grabbed a Rust-Oleum paint thinner off the wall, and we're going to clean up the area. That'll take care of transfer and really anything that is left that could transfer up into my pads and make them less effective. It also gives us a good look at the damage, nice and clean. To the whiteboard, just very quickly, if we're looking at the surface of the bumper, which is plastic, there is a primer layer. There's also a color coat layer. There's also a very thin Honda clear coat layer. And the damage consists of, first, very light topical scratches, which should easily be removed. And then there's a layer of deeper scratches almost into the color coat. Those are a little bit harder to remove completely and more dangerous. Then there are some scratches that are down into the color coat itself pretty far, and only improvement should be expected. If we look at one of those deeper scratches, here in Pennsylvania, by the way, we have something called Crystal Cave. It's a cave of stalactites and stalagmites, and if they're very jagged and sharp, and if light would come in and reflect or refract off of them, it would be very, very obvious, as it is when you're looking at a scratch. So the goal is to round off the jagged edges of the scratch by either wet sanding or polishing or adding a layer of a wipe-on clear coat. And that helps the improvement of the overall look, which right now is just obscene. I'll have to do a little bit of a voiceover as I lost a little bit of audio on a short portion of this video for some reason. But I grabbed the rotary polisher off the shelf, the old Drill Master. This thing is, it's aged like a fine wine, but still kicking. I also grabbed a Lake Country hybrid purple wool pad off the shelf. I also grabbed a polish, it's the Swirl Remover 2.0 from Meguiar's, and we're going to throw this team together and see how it does. This is more of a polish than it is a compound, but we really don't have a ton of clear to work with, especially on the bumper here, and it's very soft and thin. So let's spread out the product. We'll fire up the rotary. We'll be careful, but we'll try and cut out as much of the damage as we can. On a lower speed setting, we'll start off on the first speed setting to spread out the polish, and then we'll jump up to somewhere between the third and fourth speed setting. We're going to keep that polisher moving, guys. We don't want to hover over a corner or an edge. We don't want to burn through. That'll make it look even worse. Well, at least without the audio for a short time, you don't have to listen to the polisher whine. Not like the Drill Master here is crazy loud, but yeah, I'll make a little bit of noise. As you can see, I keep the polisher flat as much as possible, and you won't see it skip. Nice and smooth, deliberate movements. We want a nice, even cut from this area. And we'll just take our time. The 2.0 swirl remover does have a nice cycle time. It doesn't dust very much. Now you're always going to have a little bit of dust and fibers flying around from the wool pad itself. That's hard to avoid. All right, and because the clear is so soft and thin, I grabbed a plush edgeless microfiber. We don't want to have a towel that will mar up the area because of stitching or something in a short nap towel, and then have to go over the area again and make more work for ourselves. So this looks better, but definitely need another pass. And that is no problem. We already have nice improvement already. Let's stick with what we have. Load up the pad again and do one more pass with the cutting stage. You'll notice I keep the rotary moving, not hovering over one area, because of the overall thinness and softness of the clear. That'll keep us out of trouble. Burning through will not make it look any better whatsoever, and can happen. Much, much better. You can still see where the ghost of some of these were. A lot of them are removed, but they are pretty deep. So at this point, you could do one of two things. Break out the finishing polisher, pad, and finishing polish, or you can grab something like the Poppy's Patina or Turtle Wax clear, wipe on clear, take care of this area, and fill in those valleys and divots and scratches to make it look a little better, which will delay the body shop, but should not put it off indefinitely, because that would be the only proper way to fix this area. So I've decided I'm going to go the route of switching to a very fine finishing pad and a fine finishing polish. Clean up the area, because there is going to be, I don't know if you can see that, there's going to be some hazing from the cutting step. Let's take care of that. I have an ultra-fine pad for piece, and I have the Fabulous Finish polish from Phoenix. And this will not take long at all. And not sure if you noticed, but each step we got wider and wider after the first step, second step, wider and wider to blend things in much better. And that will do it. Wipe off the residue. And that's still some residue. Soft clear coat really loves to hold on to polish, so I'm going to get a panel prep, we'll wipe it down, and then take a look. We'll see what results we have. Come in with a panel prep. Another fresh, clean towel. And just gently get that, all the polish oils away. From there, if you want to try a wipe-on clear, you can, or your favorite protection is going to be next, because we did shave down a good corner on this bumper, and you want to build it back up with something, at least a coating or maybe a sealant, but I would just reapply the sealant if you're going to hold on to it every year. Realistic results, we still see the real deep ones through here. Maybe the wipe-on clear would take care of that. A lot of people would be happy to have that type of improvement. Nowhere near 100%, maybe 60, 70%, but it is improvement nonetheless, and that took me 10, 15 minutes. That is going to do it for today's video, some realistic results. That took me like 10, 15 minutes. Sure, you could put more time into it. You could do some color sanding, some wet sanding. You can break out a wipe-on clear coat and really hide those scratches until your body shop appointment. But I wanted to show you the type of improvement you can make without putting a whole bunch of time into some of these projects. I hope it helps. Leave me a comment down in the comments section. If you enjoyed the video, guys, if it helps in any way, hit the like button, subscribe, hit the notification bell. That'll let you know when we have new videos and content out for you, which is pretty much going to be daily. I'm going to pick a day off. Probably it's going to be maybe Monday, something like that. But other than that, I want to pump out meaningful and helpful content on a daily basis. I'll catch you in the next video.